Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Bye.
Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Spot R, the midweek edition. My name is James Oluwaduru Timiaremu. And in the next 30 to 32 minutes, we will be talking a lot about sport. First of all, let's start with what happened yesterday. Well, it's not the news anymore. The Wasps of Rwanda held the Super Eagles of Nigeria to a 0-0 draw at the Amahoro Stadium in Kigali. I know it was an unexpected result for the fans of the Super Eagles, in the fact that Nigeria defeated the Cheetahs of Benin 3-0 before facing the Amavubi. But for anyone that saw that game yesterday, the Super Eagles tried all they could, they did all they could, but the goals were not just coming. Kudos to the goalkeeper of the Amavubi. Alright, quickly let's start with the Super Eagles G's. Well, the interim Super Eagles coach Austin Eguafon has revealed why he substituted Samuel Chukwueze during the second half of Nigeria's 2025 Africa Cup of Nations Africa qualifying match against Rwanda on Tuesday. Chukwueze was brought off at half-time, with Moses Simon taking his place. Speaking at his post-match interview, Austin Eguafon said the AC Milan winger had to be replaced because he had a yellow card and was tormenting the host According to him, say Chukwueze is very good. He's one of our good players. Today we came up with a strategy. He got a yellow card and it was tormenting the Rwanda guys. We had 3 players on yellow card, so it's kind of a risk also. We have to make some substitutions and we have players who can go forward also. We thought Chukwueze should rest, not because he's not playing well, but because of the risk of getting a yellow card. That was the interim boss of the Super Eagles talking about Osimhen Guafo, explaining his substitution tactics. Alright, Super Eagles midfielder John Ogu has urged the Nigeria Football Federation NFF for rather in its position ahead of the AFCON qualifiers in October 2024. In a short statement from Osimhen Guafo, give him time to keep building the team so that the team can move forward. That was Ogu's tweet. Guafo, however, is expected to lead the Super Eagles in their next AFCON qualifiers in October. Okay. Rwanda head coach Torsten Spittler was praised. Ntwari was in an inspiring form in the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying encounter. The Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper denied Ademola Lookman twice in the game. The 24-year-old also stopped substitute Moses Simon and Victor Osimhen from hitting their target. Ntwari was incredible. His saves were crucial and he gave us a chance to stay in the game, Spittler told a press conference. Rwanda has recorded 2 draws from 2 games in the qualifier. Lookman has revealed that Kavi Bassi was the first player he told when he learned about his nomination for the 2024 Ballon d'Or award. Lookman was recently named among the 30 candidates for this year's Ballon d'Or. The Atalanta winger is competing against top players like Vinicius Jr., Rodri, Jude Bellingham, and Dani Carvajal. Speaking with the Counter Attack podcast, Lookman said, I was on the bus on the way back from training. I saw our Andu posted and I've been nominated for Ballon d'Or. I was a bit surprised. Obviously, I'm in a room with Kavi Bassi, and when I told him, he was just jumping up and down. He was very happy. I was like, you don't really understand. That was he said, you don't really understand. And that was when I took it in, says Ademola Lookman. But the Super Eagles wingers opened up about the pressure and responsibility associated with representing Nigeria's national team. The Atalanta star spoke in a recent interview with Counter Attack podcast. Lookman has earned 25 caps for Nigeria. He has scored 8 goals, including 3 goals during the 2023 AFCON competition in Ivory Coast. The pressure and responsibility comes every time you get called up to play for the country. Our country lives and breathes football. If you go on the street, you see so many people wearing different football teams' shirts. It's about football. Yeah, it's about football. It's always there. And obviously, now I have been here for 3 years now, and obviously your responsibility is a lot. 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. Let's talk about Nigerian players. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho has claimed that Victor Osimhen dives too much. Osimhen has joined Galatasaray on a season-long loan deal from Napoli. This means the striker and his new teammates will fight directly with Fenerbahce for the Turkish league title. Mourinho joined Fenerbahce in June, months after he was sacked at AS Roma, where he came up against Napoli a few times. The last time we played against him during Roma vs Napoli, I had this conversation with him. I told Osimhen, you are one of the best players in Africa along with Salah. Before there was Drogba, Eto'o and George Weah. can't be diving. He dives too much, and that's my problem with him. Also, Mourinho had his reaction on Galatasaray bringing on Victor Osimhen. But Jose Mourinho has finally spoken out on Victor Osimhen's decision to join their bitter rivals Galatasaray on loan. Mourinho hailed it as a brilliant signing and said he would have loved to have Osimhen too. However, the former Chelsea and Manchester United boss claimed Osimhen throws himself down a lot. Since Osimhen is a great player, if I were at a club that could give 70 to 75 million euros, I would take him. I have a very good relationship with him. I just don't like the way he throws himself down a lot. Osimhen joined Galatasaray after failing to secure a permanent move away from Napoli this summer. Super Eagles and Racing Louisville Football Club, Uche Nakano, has announced having Wednesday, but shows are smiling broadly on the hospital bed. Procedure successful. God is the greatest. Now let's recover. Last slide. My 80 won't stop. Yeah, my 80 won't stop wrecking me up. This was stated by the player with 20 goals in 31 outings with the Super Falcons after excelling at the under-17 and under-20 levels for Nigeria. Kanu had last week in a video announced a decision to finally allow the leg to fall under the doctor's scalpel, promising to race through the recovery process and urging their fans to pray for her. He was solely missed by Racing Louisville Football Club during Saturday's 1-0 defeat to Bay Football Club at Paper Park, San Jose, California, when Nigerian teammate Azar to show a second half goal made a difference. Reflecting on the loss that notched Racing into 11th and 4 points off the postseason cut line ahead of another critical battle next Saturday at home against 9th place Angel City. Their defender, Abi Asek, bemoaned their inability to score goals in the absence of Kanu. According to what she says, but again, we are failing to score goals in games, and I think we need to score goals and put the teams away early. But the opportunities were there, but Bay played well as well. You can't take that away from them. But driven by a responsible spirit, Kanu is expected to back, which she recently shared. But Kanu was a household name at Southeastern Fire, scoring 147 goals in 78 appearances in 2018 and scored 70 goals in 12 matches until 2020, when she went on to also play for Sevilla, Linkopis Football Club, and UANL, painting our destination with goals. These were the clubs which Kanu played for. Okay, before we move away from national team news, Falconet head coach Christopher Danjuma says his team are excited about the prospect of facing Japan in the round of 16 going FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup in Colombia at Bogota. The match was played on Friday. Nigeria reached the stage after piping the Korea Republic 1-0, losing 3-1 to Germany, and then ending a comprehensive 4-0 win over Venezuela in Cali. Japan, one of the strongest forces in women's football globally, top Group E, which also included Austria, New Zealand, and one of Africa's flag bearer, Ghana, who crashed out of the tournament after losing to Japan and Austria, and also securing a narrow win over New Zealand. Ahead of their meeting, Danjuma said the girls have worked very hard to get to this stage, and we are proud of their effort. We will be taking the knockout stages one match at a time. I must tell you that we are excited at the prospect of facing Japan and what that brings forth. After their last match in Cali, the Falconets have returned to Colombia capital Bogota ahead of Friday morning's clash. Nigeria and Japan will face off at the Estadio Metropolitano de Teco in Bogota, where the Falconets played their first 2 matches of the group phase against the Korea Republic and Germany, starting at 2 a.m. Nigerian time on Friday, 13th of September. But it's around 8 p.m. on Thursday evening in Colombia. The Falconets have been runners-up twice in the competition in 2014. Once again, before we'll talk about the MPFL. Alright, Victor Osimhen is once again in the spotlight after the striker deleted all traces of his parent club Napoli from his continues to hog the headlines, the latest of them being the striking transformation of his ex-handle. 6 days ago, an ex-user, Pink Tony, asked Osimhen to change his bio after the striker posted a picture of himself donning Turkish professional football player for Galatasaray and Super Eagles of Nigeria, accompanied by a new display picture of a player whose face has been cropped out in a Galatasaray jersey. His banner image features the back of him in the number 45 jersey, carrying his daughter, symbolizing a fresh chapter in his career. The new move by Osimhen has got many ex-users talking, as many express a desire to make his imminent debut for Galatasaray. The former Sporting Chalero player ended his protracted summer transfer saga by joining the Turkish saga on a loan deal from Napoli during the last hours of the transfer window. His transfer and eventually departure from Italy were one of the most talked about incidents in the time, having requested to leave Napoli despite earning a new contract in December 2023. Despite helping Napoli to their first Scudetto win in over 3 decades with 26 goals, which earned him the Serie A top scorer award. Osimhen fell out with some fans of the club during last season, pushing the 25-year-old towards the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium's exit. The relationship between both parties has speedily gone sour when the Nigerian requested to leave the club and was subsequently left out of their preseason and their first Serie A matches of the new season, with the new manager Antonio Conte reiterated for Galatasaray on September 15 when they take on Rizespor in the Turkish Super League fixture. Alright, talking about MPFL rather, the Nigeria Premier Football League have rescheduled the match day 2 encounters involving Rangers and Enyimba respectively. Rangers are to take on Ikorodu City, while Enyimba are expected to take on Lobby Stars. The encounter, which was initially scheduled to be played on Sunday, the 15th of September, has been moved to Wednesday, the 25th of September. The game was moved due to both teams' CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation Cup engagement. The MPFL chief operating officer Avisinomi made the announcement in a memo sent to both clubs on Wednesday. Rangers will lock arms with Angolan side Sagrada Esperança at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Enugu. Enyimba will battle with Etoile Filan in Mali. Alright, moving on. Tarilaye Nwankwe has been appointed the chairman of Nigeria Premier Football League side by Esa United. Nwankwe took the place of Ebiki Timitimi. He was a former player and captain of the Prosperity Boys. The new Supremo played for Esa United between year 2000 to 2013. That's 13 whooping years. Nwankwe is also a one-time chairman of Baesa Queens. Baesa United lost 3-0 to Sunshine Stars in their opening match of the season. They will take on Kano Pillars in their next game in the league. Alright, talking about the AFCON qualifiers, at least 7 teams currently have a maximum 6 points after the match day 2 fixtures at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON qualifying fixture. It was reported that the match 2 games of the 2025 qualifiers ended on Tuesday night, that was yesterday. The teams with maximum 6 points are DR Congo, Ivory Coast, Egypt, Angola, Algeria, Morocco and Tunisia. They all won their first 2 games of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers. Meanwhile, the likes of Nigeria, Tanzania, Mozambique, Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, and Burkina Faso all have 4 points each. The match, the 3 fixtures, will take place next month. Yeah, of course, there is an international break next month. You all should, buckle up and cheer up. Now let's talk about other sports. Let's talk about other sports, starting from Oyo State right here. Oyo State Commissioner for Youth and Sport, Wasila Adegoke, has charged the athlete to go for gold at the National Youth Games in Asaba, Delta State capital. Adegoke said this while boosting the morale of the state contingent on Tuesday during a visit to the Lagos Salami Sport Complex, where she enjoined the team to build on the momentum from the zonal elimination games. According to her, she says, "I want to congratulate you on your achievement so far. I want you to be rest assured that your safety and welfare before, during, and after the game is of great priority to us. That is why the governor approved all of the funds requested. Therefore, go for the gold. Go for gold for the pace setter state." She also implored the team to be good ambassadors of the state and shun anti-sporting activities. The general manager of Oyo State Sports Council, the Ajibike, was confident about the athletes coming out tops in their various sports and events, saying training had commenced since January. The official opening of the 8th edition of National Youth Games will take place today, the 11th of September 2024 at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba, Delta State. We wish all our contingents in Oyo State, we wish them well. We pray they'll bring enough gold home ahead of today's opening ceremony of the 8th National Youth Sports. The 8th National Youth Games, the Delta State government assurance was given by the secretary to the state government, Dr. Kingsley Emu, after an inspection visit of various facilities for transportation was satisfactory. The state had also placed a high premium and put adequate measures in place for the security and safety of the swimming pool and the VVIP and VIP lounges at the Stephen Keshi International Stadium. The cenotaph, part of which has been turned into a sports center with 2 volleyball and 2 handball courts, the ultra-modern hockey pitch, and its adjoining sport hostel, and the hostel facilities at the Dennis Osadebe University, which are expected to accommodate about 70% of the athletes. All right. The news reaching me right now, Director General of Lagos State Sports Commission, Lekan Fatodu, is confident about the state finishing tops at the 8th National Youth Games in Asaba, Delta State, while guaranteeing the children's safety, security, and hospitality for the team during the games, running until September 14th. That's about 3 days from now at the Stephen Keshi Stadium. Fatodu boasted that Lagos will be featured for backing the Lagos State Sports Commission. It was a successful outing. Fatodu noted that to keep athletes motivated and ensure Lagos achieves success at the games, he reaffirmed the commitment of Lagos State to further expose the children to the National Youth Games in their formative years and to increase the level of performance among the community of state. Under 18 event, which serves as the qualification tournament for the FIBA Junior World Cup built for Switzerland. It is the first time that 2 Nigerian teams would get into the quarterfinals at that level. The girls picked the quarterfinal slot as one of the Nigerian ladies lost their opening game to the Egyptians, and now they have a second chance. The Junior D Tigers, J Tigers opponents are not yet confirmed as of this press, as of when I was gathering this news. The former D Tigers power forward of the team, Lucy confirmed that he's happy with the strides that the teams have made. He said it has been a roller coaster. Our players have passed through adversity and still going. We are extremely proud of our teams and officials. The boys arrived in Pretoria very late after South African embassy in Abuja initially denied them visa. They compete without any financial support from the Ministry of Sport Development, or rather private donation. The teams are expected to represent Africa in the FIBA Under-18 World Cup scheduled to take place in Switzerland. Team Nigeria athlete to the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games in Paris. France have all returned to the country in 3 batches on Monday and Tuesday at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport. The first batch of 24 athletes, excluding officials, landed at 11 p.m. Nigeria time via Air Maroc. The second batch, comprising mainly para table tennis players, arrived at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning via Qatar Airlines. And the last batch, consisting of the para athletics team, arrived in the country at noon on Tuesday. President of the Paralympic Committee, Nigeria, Sunday Odebody, expressed gratitude to God for the safe return of Team Nigeria. He equally commended the Minister of Sport Development, Senator John Owen Eno, for supporting the athletes. Meanwhile, the returning Paralympians are full of praise for the FMSD Lagos liaison officer, Kana Mbora, for her motherly role in mobilizing Lagosians who besieged the Muritala Mohammed International Airport yesterday and today to welcome the contingent. Nigeria won a total of 2 gold, 2 silver, and 3 bronze medals at the Paralympic Games Sunday. Honda is the partner of world champions Red Bull, while Alpine is the supplier of the Renault-owned team of the same name. The statement value evolved around impasse in the filing of financial information. The FIA said that both Honda and Alpine had acted at all times in good faith and were cooperating. Yeah, they were cooperating with the FIA cost cap administration team. Alright, in tennis, captain. Yeah, talking about the group stage, 3 years of age, only arrived in Manchester on Tuesday lunchtime, and after practicing under the watchful eye of British captain Leo Smith later that day, he has been given more chance to recover from his exploit in New York. Dropper had strapping applied to his right thigh before hitting the British number 10 Charles Broom for about an hour at the Manchester Regional Tennis Centre doubles. Alright, on the football scene. Let's talk about Jose Mourinho once again. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho has revealed he rejected the England job twice. Mourinho, in an interview with HT Sport, admitted that it wouldn't have made him happy. The 61-year-old, however, stated he could consider managing. Said, "I had national team opportunities in the past, but I always turned down. I received an offer from England twice, but I didn't accept it. It's not a job that will make me happy. 1 or 2 matches a month, traveling to watch players, waiting for tournaments. I have a lot of energy to spend right now. Maybe one day when I am old and tired, but not today." That was according to the Fenerbahce manager. Arsenal legend Paul Merson has said the team's chances of winning the Premier League title this season will be determined by the results of their next 2 fixtures from the international break. Merson, speaking to Sky Sports, said the Gunners must get at least 4 points from the 2 matches. He said Arsenal's Premier League season all comes down to the next 2 games against Tottenham and Manchester City. They need 4 points. It's as simple as that. If they get anything less, then you start to worry because you are playing catch up against a machine in Manchester City. Arsenal is currently third in the table with 7 points, 2 less than Manchester City and Liverpool. All right, Brazil and Argentina. Okay, let me pick them one by one. Brazil suffered their 4th defeat in 5 qualifying games with a 1-0 loss to Paraguay, as Argentina were beaten 2-1 by Colombia in the latest qualifying matches for the 2026 World Cup. Inter Miami's Diego Gomez scored the winner for Paraguay in Asuncion after 20 minutes, as Brazil failed to register a shot on target in the first half. Liverpool goalkeeper Alice Becker, Newcastle midfielder Bruno Guimaraes, and West Ham playmaker Lucas Paqueta all started for Brazil with the Real Madrid trio of Rodrigo, Hendrick, and Vinicius Jr. in the attack, but they couldn't get a win. Well, former Real Madrid and James Rodriguez was the hero for Colombia as the 33-year-old scored the winner from penalty spot to down the reigning world champions who were without Lionel Messi. It was revenge for Colombia, who lost to Argentina in the Copa America final 2 months ago. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say bye-bye. My name is James Oluwadurotimi Aremu. For Manchester United fans complaining that I didn't talk about their news, okay, quickly. Netherlands boss Ronald Koeman said he substituted Manchester United centre-back Matthijs de Ligt during their 2-2 draw with Germany on Tuesday night to protect him. De Ligt was replaced at half-time in the UEFA Nations League clash in Amsterdam by Brighton's Jan-Paul van Eyck after the defender had a hand in both of Germany's first goals. A misplaced pass in the first half led to Dennis Undav equalizing goal before his failed clearance led to Joshua